Weekend for the Oklahoma Sooners, still unbeaten, and they face the Gamecocks in a doubleheader today, who are also unbeaten until Friday night. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Norman.
CC, and then look at this. They're a top 10 team.
Again, the payoff pitch, and that's pushed into left field. So Quincy Lelio against her former team has her first hit of the weekend, and the table is set here in the line. 1 for 4 with a couple of runs batted in the game on Friday. Comebacker, past the pitcher. This could be 2. They tag Lelio for the force out, but they can't get Shelton. So Oklahoma's able to.
She gave up that home run late in the game.
Called strike 3, clips the outside corner. Rhodey didn't like it. She'll walk back to the dugout. There'll be 2 down for Ellen.
Knows how to put some big runs up on the board, and did so last weekend when they swept Duke.
Payoff pitch just outside from Isabella Smith. And so 2 on, 2 out, and Brooke Blankenship will come to the plate. 2 out, the 0-2 pitch from Smith to Chansey. Line drive into right field, and that's going to get down for a single. Good throw from right field. Cassidy Pickarding, who has a really strong arm, got it to home plate quickly. 2-2 pitch. Nubbed out to the pitcher, Isabella Smith, and she's going to get out of the inning. South Carolina loads them up in the top of the first, but they come up empty. And now we'll see how the Sooners.
Given to them by the hands of Oklahoma on Friday.
Well, that's a rough start for Jory Hurd, the junior right-hander. That pitch rides in on Abigail Dayton, the junior left fielder. And so the LA native having a terrific sophomore campaign so far. That's off the glove of Lexi Winters. Back to the screen, and Dayton now to second base. So a runner in scoring position in the nation. Hit on the ground to first. Gobbled up by Rhodey, and Ariana Rhodey will step on the bag for the first out. Dayton to third. Pitch from Jory Hurd, missed. And out runners at the corners. First free pass allowed by Hurd. So 0-2 to McEnroe Marinas, and now she levels one to left. Goodbye home run, no doubt about it. 3-run shot here in the first by Nellie McEnroe Marinas. Her 4th of the year, and the Sooners make a statement in the first inning.
Wow. Contact, ball to bat. You knew it was a no-doubter. It was going out of the yard. Really good job of spraying the ball around, and it's a pitch up in the upper part of the zone. And look at the way she just elevates it. Hits the bottom half of the ball and just drives that out of the yard. You could just hear it immediately. We always say it, elevate to celebrate, and she does just that.
But nobody hotter than the Oklahoma shortstop.
Yeah, Garcia just sprays the ball well. That home run on Friday was opposite. Wow.
And she touches one off again. Goodbye. Home run. 5 straight games with a blast.
Power. Patty Gasso even said, she's like, we don't have as much power as last year. I don't know. I think I need to talk with Patty about that. I think they have just as much power. Garcia going down and getting that ball. Just great eye-hand contact, coordination. Gets that ball out of the yard on time. Just very fluid. She knows it immediately. Back-to-back home runs for the Sooners. They're up 4-0. But back to the point about Patty saying we don't quite have the power in the past. They actually have more home runs.
Oh, mercy. As you say that, Sydney Sanders puts one into the batter's eye.
Clay, I can't even get it out. They're hitting their home runs back-to-back jacks by the Sooners. This is a team that actually had, at this time last year, more home runs this year than a senior-ridden team that had so much power. So the names are different. The bats are just as explosive for the seniors.
Oklahoma coming into the game, 42 home runs on the year, tied for 3rd in the nation. They have hit 3 straight. That's 45 on the year now. as South Carolina's trying to get somebody loose, as Jory Hurd has run into some Oklahoma bats.
Well, they know what they're looking for. They saw Hurd in game one, so they know what they're going up against and what they're hunting. It's the bottom of the first inning. There's a lot of game left. This is a South Carolina team that went down against Duke last weekend 5-0 and came back, fought back to win that game. This is,
Neely Lamb on in relief here in the first inning for South Carolina. Tall right-hander rocks, fires, lined out to left. And Emily Vincent comes over toward the gap and makes the catch for the third out.
So more time to study film, to know what they're going to be going up against, and that's why they're tough to beat.
Look at this. Abigail Knight hits it high and deep to left. Goodbye. Home run. Abigail Knight leading it off for the Gamecocks in the second inning. And don't start thinking run rule just yet, because South Carolina is spunky and they're on the board.
Well, and South Carolina loaded the bases in the top of the first, weren't able to push any runs across. Knight with a leadoff solo shot here in the second inning. And this is what you want. You want response. She's going to go get that pitch on the outer half. Really good job of staying back, barreling that up. The ball flies very well here out of Love's Field. And so the Gamecocks get up on the board, trying to scratch away at that 5-run spot, that to have to defend the bottom of the seventh or have to come back at a certain point in the game.
Another one hit hard. Boom. And wow. Out. Holy mercy. This is unbelievable. Natalie Heath with a line drive home run.
Well, we mentioned it earlier in the first inning. This is exactly what happened to the South Carolina team last weekend against Duke. Duke put a 5-spot up against them in game 3 of that series, and South Carolina just kept battling back, used the long ball. They got back in that game. This is a powerful team. They are top 10 in the country in a lot of different categories, as are the Sooners. Very good job of just staying back, barreling up that ball, and you can just tell that it is a very crisp day here in Norman, Oklahoma, and the ball is flying out of the yard.
Nader for South Carolina. Had a lot to work with when getting Q, but she looks at strike 3 here. And that rides in and hits her. So a 2-out base runner for South Carolina. First inning. The 0-1 pitch. Pounded into the ground. Backhanded by the third baseman, McEnroe Marinas. She's able to keep it from going into the outfield, but 2 on now here, and that's going to be an infield hit for Rhodey, as Chansey will get a chance.
I think I think
Ella Chansey 0 for 1 with a walk, popped up. Chance for South Carolina to get out of the inning, and what a play. McEnroe Marinas comes in and ends the inning. So
this shows the amount of talent that she has and opportunity here. And that's where I think Lamb can be successful, because she's going to work down in the zone, but she's got real. So this Sooner team can score bunches of runs many different ways.
1-2, back up the middle, bounding ball into center field. Abigail Dayton.
Big run, so that helps take pressure off of the pitchers and obviously off of the defense.
2-2 from Lamb, hit on the ground. To second for 1, to first. Not in time. Almost had the inning-ending double play that needs. Couple of hits on the weekend for Pickering. Swung on and missed, and Lamb pulls off the mask and hops out of the circle, excited.
You know, had a lot of great seasons with the Gamecocks, and it's exciting for this program.
Brooke Blankenship up the middle, but backhanded by Agbayani. Throws to first base to retire Blankenship.
Well, a couple of air
day today, no doubt. She knew it, facing these red-hot Gamecocks. Line drive down the line, and that's going to get into the corner. Good at bat for Lexi Winters, as she'll track into second base with a stand-up 1-out double.
inning.
To second, Agbayani. To first, gets the out. And over to third is Lexi Winters now with two. Pitch number 70 for Isabella Smith. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. And the crowd here at Love's Field comes to its feet and gives it. Line drive, left field. Up against the wall. Here comes the throw, sliding in with a double, McEnroe Marinas. What an at-bat. Two-two pitch. Hammered to second. Carly Shelton will throw out. Gabby Garcia over to third goes McEnroe Marinas.
Just under 400.
Lamb's pitch back up the middle. Played perfectly by Shelton as she was shaded behind the circle. Is able to keep McEnroe Marinas at third and get the second out. Year of high school. Trying to deliver here for Oklahoma with 2 outs. Line drive, and that's a loop down for a hit into left field. RBI single for Elena Agbayani.
Didn't get a lot of information, so now I think what they're trying to say is did Agbayani leave the base before the ball was released? And she did leave early, so that was the call.
Okay, so it had nothing to do with fair foul. We were full.
So plays.
So the count is 3-2 on Vincent. And she's still going to get first base.
Curveball in the outer half. That's out of the zone. It's elevated. And that's, you know, I would have make this a closer game here on the top of the 4th.
Back to the top of the order in the former Sooner. Lelio's going to beat it out. Quincy Lelio with an infield single.
Well, this is just using the dirt. This is, you know, to get an infield base hit.
And another hit back up the middle for Carly Shelton. Rounding third is Vincent. She is going to stop and head back to third. Great throw from Hannah Core in center. But now the bases are loaded for South Carolina. Laxter, and she has been free swinging since game 1 of the year. But she looks at strike 3. What a pitch from Smith to get out number 1.
Smith has done the inning.
Hit well to center. Going back is Core. Looking up. Gone. Home run. Grand slam. Ella Chansey. Her first of the year. And this ball game is tied up.
Boy, and it got very quiet here at Love's Field, but you're right. 4-hole hitter Ella. Both these programs know how to punch back and forth. That's an elevated rise ball, and look at the way that Chansey just gets underneath of it, barrels this up. Great effort out in center field by Hannah Core, but just runs out of real estate. Called here at Love's Field. The ball definitely leaves the yard quickly here.
And that was quick back up the middle off the bat of Blankenship for her second hit.
Now this is second time through the order, or third time through spot play.
Yeah. And Lexi Winters at the plate as this one gets away from Emmerling. She has to chase. On to second base goes Blankenship. And so now the go-ahead run in scoring position for South Carolina. Peyton Monticelli has picked Kansas City. And she's off the glove of Emmerling again, and now at third base is Blankenship.
So Emmerling, this is
going here with the crowd behind Oklahoma. Those home runs flying out of the yard, but here we are, 6-6 in the 4th. That's up and away, and now runners at the corners with 1 out.
Yeah, this is a South Carolina team that
hit deep center on the warning track. Core coming back to the infield, makes the catch. tagging and scoring is Blankenship, and South Carolina, for the first time today, has the lead. Ground ball left side, off the glove of McEnroe Marinas, and will not have the out at first. So runners at first and second. Inning carries on. Monticelli gets a much needed strikeout, but the Sooners
Circle.
second at bat for Emmerling. Lined out her first time up. She draws a walk to start the fourth for Oklahoma. Still making her way back from injury. Hits it to short sharply. They're going to go to second for the force and get it in time. Helton pretty quick.
That speed.
Runner goes. Here comes the throw, and it is in time. Great sweep tag by Blankenship. Lexi Winter's throw was a little high, but they're able to gun down Core. The wind blowing in from right field a little bit. Ground ball. What a snag by Blankenship. And what a pluck at first by Rhodey. Blankenship with a terrific inning, a great sweep tag.
In the country. So when you put this coaching staff together with these great athletes, you're going to be a national championship contender every year.
The leadoff hitter, Lelio, thrown out. This year, playing every day. And the 3-1 is lined into right. Diving play by Pickering. Second diving play this weekend for the Oklahoma outfield. Also reached on an infield single. And draws a walk. Two-out base runner for South Carolina, leading by 1 here in the 5th. Line drive, base hit. And that gets off the glove of Pickering all the way to the warning track. Rounding third, Lackey, she is going to score. So Pickering, who made a great catch just moments ago, boots one in right field. It leads to a South Carolina run, and it's now 8-6.
Well, and that's something you don't see very happen, as a ball go off the glove. It was actually a high hop, and it just went off the webbing of her glove. And the ball hit hard, and it just goes all the way to the wall. And with the power and the speed, Rhodey's going to come all the way around.
Pick up the offense this season, and she has. This one's popped up, though, behind the bag at first. Calling for it is Agbayani, and she makes a running catch for the third out. But the second error of the game for Oklahoma leads to another South Carolina run.
Because it's, you know, the further you go, the harder it gets.
Well, Parker with a good start to the inning for the Sooners, drawing a walk. Neely Lamb. That's her second walk in 2 innings. Trying to stay unbeaten. And walked her. Pickering coaxes a walk. Back-to-back free passes allowed by Lamb, and we may get a visit to the circle here. That's an on-base streak of 8 straight now. 2-2 from Lamb. Rocks fires, and this is hit a ton. High and deep. Goodbye, home run. And the Sooners go back in front.
Just swing it. Marina's just going to get all into this ball. Look at the way that she's going to get. It's almost similar to her first home run. It's elevated, it's up in the zone, and she just gets that barrel out, extends around it. Really good backside rotation that gives her power, that base from the ground up, hitting it out into the fans in the stands, and the Sooners love it. They take the lead back, up by 1 now.
3-hit day for 2-2 to Garcia. Short left field, coming over toward the line. Vincent makes the catch on the gallop. And there's one down.
The one area they've struggled is the free passes.
And there's another one. So that's the third walk of the inning by two different pitchers. And with one out and a runner on.
Debbie Mobius. So, or I DP'd.
Was before specializing
Yes.
in one position was the fad.
Correct.
This is going to be two. Double play for South Carolina. And they're going to hold it to a 3-run Oklahoma inning. But it's a big inning as the Sooners recapture the lead. Second time around, though, in the order that South Carolina started to time her up.
Yeah, they had a better idea what they were looking for.
That throws off the mark, but in time to get winners. McEnroe Marine
Catches everybody by surprise.
the 1-2 tonight. Pounded into the ground, and there's Sanders again making a nice play for the second out.
Walks, or a walk earlier in that 5th inning, but yeah, you're right. I mean, when she's putting the ball near the zone.
Look out.
Uh-oh.
Another one. Goodbye. Home run. Heath has done it again. And we're tied at 9. Boy, Monticelli, when it looked like she was cruising toward a 1-2-3 inning, Heath puts the brakes on that, leaves the yard, and we're tied at 9.
Wow, and that's we were just talking about. She looks like she's cruising, and part of that is when you're a young pitcher and you don't have as much control, you do end up making mistakes. So you get behind, or you end up getting a pitch that is in the zone that just gets clobbered, and that pitch is just a little bit too sweet. It's elevated, it's right in the cookie zone. You can just see it. It's right down the middle of the plate. So that's a mistake. Some of that lively arm that Monticelli has can come back to hurt her, and it does. Heath take
now a pinch hitter. Emily Vinson, the 9-hole hitter, is going to be pinch hit for, and it's going to be a base hit. Flint drops it into right field. The backup catcher. Hit in the air, left center field. Coming over is Dayton, called off by Core, who makes the catch on the run. And Oklahoma trying to defend their undefeated record. Swung on and missed. And that's a big strikeout for Sam Grass as Emmerling goes down for the first out.
And Emmerling, one of those kids that the hitters work back into counts.
Soft back up the middle, and it's caught by Blankenship at short. So Barker is retired after long at bat. To the third baseman on the bunt. Chansey, good throw across. And there is a 1-2-3 inning for Sam Grass. We go to the 7th, all tied at 9. We'll lead it off for the Gamecocks, and she promptly delivers a base hit into center field. Carly Shelton, her second hit. And the Gamecocks are in business here in the 7th. 20-0, the only unbeaten team in the country. Swung on and missed, got her. Kirsten Deal.
That is an outstanding pitch. The setup on the outer half to
Tied the game up at 6 at that point. And she smokes this one to right. Going back is Pickering. On the track, hauls it in. Trying to double up the runner, but sliding back in safely is Carly Shelton, and they're 2 away. Well, Chansey hit it hard.
outs. You've got to be able to really perform in these situations.
Inside, lost her. And a long stare down. Deal looking at home plate. But it's ball 4. 2. Comebacker. Deal will turn, fire to first, and Oklahoma's off the field, and they have a
Been around the diamond sports her entire life.
Sam Grass, her second walk allowed in 2 innings, and the winning run is aboard. The payoff pitch. Up and in, walked her. Back-to-back walks allowed by Sam Grass. She kicks the dirt. And here
A
comes
little bit. It's been out of the zone. She struggled with her control a bit, but I'd keep throwing it.
fooled her. She did throw it again. And it's strike 3 as McEnroe Marinas will have to sit down for the first time to right center field. She has homered in 5 straight. The 0-1 to the gap. That's going to do it. Coming in to score is Parker, and Oklahoma stays unbeaten. Gabby Garcia with a walk-off base hit here in the 7th to win it 10-9. Same final as Friday night.
How about the freshman, Gabby Garcia? No situation too big for her. Comes up clutch. She's able to take a pitch and drive it the opposite way. Just a smooth swing for the lefty for a walk-off win. Oklahoma still the only undefeated team in Division I softball.
The Sooners now 21-0. And the Gamecocks suffer their 2nd straight heartbreaking defeat 10-9 here in Norman.
Screwball in the outer half. That's just a little bit elevated, and Garcia's just able to play this. Look how smooth she is. She's going to get that ball in the gap. No opportunity whatsoever for the defense to make the play on that. And obviously with Parker at second base, she's easily going to score for that walk-off win.
Gabby Garcia, one of 8 freshmen on the roster this year for Coach Gasso, and she delivers RBIs 13 and 14